Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to NHL 18 franchise mode with your Quebec Nordiques. Yes, we are back here again. Now, last episode, we played through the end of the regular season, the 2018/19 regular season, and we were getting ready to play the playoffs. Now, I had a few recording issues, and it didn't actually capture me doing the playoffs. Luckily, you guys didn't miss much, as I will show you here. We lost in a 7-game series in the first round against the Edmonton Oilers. In our first year back in the NHL, we made it to the Western Conference Finals. In our second year, we get eliminated in 7 games in the first round to the Edmonton Oilers. We went 3 games down, then we managed to claw back 3 wins, and then we lost in overtime. A goal was the difference maker here, ladies and gents. Literally 1 goal in 3 of the games. So we could have gone through, but unfortunately we didn't. So we are here to start the off-season, the 2019 off-season, and the draft and the free agency and everything like that. Max Domi led our team in points during the playoffs with 6. Valtteri Filppula, of course, had a fantastic season for us. But here's how the playoff tree went. Oh, well, here's how the playoff tree has gone at the moment. So Anaheim have won their series, Winnipeg have won their series, Pittsburgh won their series, Washington won their series, and Florida won their series. We have a couple of 7-game series going as well. So we're going to sim up to the draft and see what takes place. I mean, it was a bit of a disappointing end to the season for the Quebec Nordiques here. However, we're going to come back with a stronger team next year. I can feel it, guys. I can feel it. So scouting assignments. Let's take a look. So we scouted in the OHL twice. We haven't scouted in the United States yet. So let's do 3 weeks on forwards in the US of A. See if we can get anybody decent. Adam McQuaid is back from injury. Well, that's good. I mean, kind of a bit too late there, Sonny Jim. But what can you do? So let's see who wins the playoffs. We'll take a look at the playoff tree once the playoff ends as well, just to see how every team did. I'm quite interested to see, personally, because the St. Louis Blues won it last year, didn't they? St. Louis Blues won it because we went to the conference finals against them. Let's scout defensemen in the US for 2 weeks. Just get a couple more of them on it as well. So we're just simming through the playoffs and stuff at the moment. Oh, so the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup again. They are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, with the Providence Bruins winning the Calder Cup. Wow, fair play to the St. Louis Blues. They are a tough team to play against. So, another scouting assignment. We haven't done La Liga at all. We've done the SHL once. Let's do defensemen in the SHL for a week. Let's just try and get a few more scouting places done. Season tickets and everything. Upper bowl, lower bowl, all that stuff. Scouting assignment. Is there any place with like an abundance of goaltenders? We've got 20 or so goaltenders there, but I feel like goaltending we're all right at the moment, because we've got Corpusalo that's hopefully going to try and grow. So if we do forwards and defence for a week in La Liga, then we will have scouted as many people as possible before the NHL entry draft. So, Arizona have the first pick of the draft. They acquired it via New Jersey, and they end up getting the first overall pick in the draft. Buffalo 2nd, Detroit 3rd, Carolina 4th, the Islanders 5th. 6th are Arizona again, so I have the 1st and the 6th pick in the draft. Columbus, Toronto, LA, Ottawa from Vegas, Calgary from Nashville. Wow, Nashville didn't do very well. Philadelphia, Calgary, Ottawa again via Vancouver. Wow, that's not too bad for them. The 10th and the 14th pick. And Dallas and Calgary have the 11th and 13th. So in the top 15 picks, there are several teams with multiple draft picks. Fair play. So let's view the retired players. Did any players leave the Quebec Nordiques? I wouldn't expect them to. Let's check goaltenders as well, just to make sure. Nope. No players have left the Quebec Nordiques franchise. I wasn't really expecting any of them. So let's check the entire league in general. Let's see who left. So, Mike Ribeiro left. He was a free agent. Scott Hartnell left from the Blue Jackets. Radim Vrbata left from Arizona. Brian Gionta left from the New York Rangers. Milan Mikulik, Rene Bourque. Paul Martin. He was still a serviceable guy at 82 overall. Mikhail Grabowski, Nicholas Hagman. Dominic Moore, Ron Hainsey, Dennis Seidenberg, Marc-Andre Bergeron, Steve Bernier, David Clarkson, who's been injured for ages, Johnny Boychuk, Jordan Tutu, and Chris Russell. They'll be the last ones we do. Johnny Oduya as well, but most of these guys are pretty much left anyway. So there you go. So they are the retired players. The draft is coming up. Now, I cannot remember for the life of me what draft picks I actually have. I think we should check that, shouldn't we? Well, we can check that when we get into the draft, I think. So, let's go into the draft. Let's propose a trade, and let's see where we're picking. Because I don't think we have our second. I know we have some deeper picks in the draft, and it's meant to be a good draft as well. Oh my god, Jonas Brodin is 88 overall. Jesus, well. So we have the 20th pick in the draft, we have the 84th, we have 2 4th rounders, 5 5th rounders, a 6th and a 7th. Okay, so we're not picking very high up in the draft, but we do have some draft picks here. So let's sim to our user pick. Adam Henrique for our first round pick of next year's draft. Well, that's an interesting trade, a 1-for-1. Adam Henrique, he's got 1 year left on his contract. He's an 84 overall. He would be our best centre, I believe. Let's just check our centres. So Adam Henrique, the best centres we have are Little and Spooner. Little's got 2 years left on that contract. Elias Anderson hopefully will be ready for next year. I'd like to give Filppula another year if he hasn't already got a year on his contract. I mean, he was the highest point scorer at 35 years old on our team. Spooner, Little would be the only guy that I'd be interested in getting rid of, but I don't think they want to give him away. That would shore up our centre core, but that might make it that Elias Anderson doesn't get a chance to play next year. So I think I'll hold off on that trade for now. Right, so the 20th pick, we're up to us. Let's go to the top of the draft and see who was picked. So, B. Nash, medium elite, 77 overall as a left winger. Then Emerton, offensive defenseman, 76 overall medium elite. Paich, something like that, 71 overall medium elite right winger. 70 overall Garvin, medium elite sniper. Then medium elite defensive defenseman, 75 overall Scoville. Then Gargiulo, 67 overall medium top 6 forward. Whitaker, defensive defenseman, 67 overall top 4 defenseman. Foot, 57 overall top 6 forward. Sard, 66 overall top 4 defenseman. Lampman, 67 overall playmaker. Graham, 66 overall power forward. O'Sullivan, 66 sniper. Bufflin, 64 sniper. Fox, 60 sniper. Chorney, offensive defenseman, 63. Liston, 62 offensive defenseman. Sotheby, 58 power forward. Lockhart, 64 offensive defenseman. And Law, 58 playmaker. So, we need to try and find ourselves a decent pick here, ladies and gents. So, let's see what we can get. There's a couple of guys in the first round that we could pick up. A couple of Canadians. What are we looking at here? So, we've got a couple of elites. We've got Vorobiev or Vorobiev. Vorobiev. Yeah, he's a medium elite in the third round, so we should keep an eye on him because we don't have a second round pick. And we've got Dmitriev, who is meant to be a medium elite. We've scouted him 5 times from Russia. We don't have any exact stats on him, but I would like to go for those guys if I could. However, Vorobiev might be taken by somebody else. I'm trying to think. This guy's meant to be an exact top 9 forward from Drummondville. This guy's meant to be a medium top 6 forward, Ramsey. He's an 18-year-old left winger from the Gatineau Olympics, from the QMJHL. Pelletter's meant to be a top defenseman. Fritz, you're 18, you're a playmaker. We don't really need another centre. I mean, Ramsey might be a good pickup. We've scouted him 5 times. He's a two-way forward. Or we could go for Matteau, who we know, he's 17 years old. We've scouted him 9 times. We've got most of his stats there. I really don't know which one to go for. Do we go for the one that we've looked at more? Or do we go for the one that's potentially got a higher ceiling? Let's go Ramsey. We're going to go for the higher ceiling. And he is a medium elite. There you go. Odd man. Rush, you are brilliant at finding talent in the draft, my son. Lovely. Right, sim to use a pick. So Adam Henrique for... No, you've offered me... You're wanting to take away more draft picks for the same deal. Well, no. I'm not going to do that. I didn't even agree to the last deal. So, did Vorobiev get taken? Let's have a look. Vorobiev, have you been taken? It doesn't look like it. Okay, well, let's check the second round just to make sure. Vorobiev, have you been taken? Because we might be able to pick him up as well. If we could pick him up as well. Oh, no, Vorobiev. Oh, no, that's Vorobev. It's a different player, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this might be quite good for us. Oh, this is very good. Nice. Okay, so the guy wasn't taken. Let's just check who else was taken at the end of the first round. I'm just interested. Medium elite defenseman, Pelleter. Okay, so if we'd picked him, we would have had a medium elite. Fritz, was that the other guy I was looking at? Fritz, he was a top 9 forward. Thorne, McGrath, Gorstad. Krupp would have been a medium elite. Jacobson, nope, nothing special here. Nope. Okay, fair dues. So we picked up a medium elite, 54 overall. So let's go back to our pick in this draft. Let's pick up Vorobiev. I can't really think of anybody else we'd want to pick up here. Because he's potentially, yeah, he's meant to go in the 3rd round. He's a left winger, sniper, potential medium elite. It might not be the case, but we'll go with it anyway. And he is a low top 6 forward, okay? That's better than the pick above us. It's better than quite a lot of the picks above us. So to get a low top 6 forward in the 3rd round, in a draft like this where a lot of bottom 6 forwards are being picked, I'm quite happy. So Victor Rask, the Carolina Hurricanes want to give us. Depends how good he is, I guess. Is he a solid player? 78 overall. Is that because he's upset? He's 26. There isn't really much room to grow. So no thank you, Carolina. Thank you for the offer, though. Nikolai Kulemin and Casey Cizikas. No, not interested. Anybody interested in going in this round so far? And low top 9 forward. Pitt for the bottom 6 forward. Top 9 forward there. Some top 9 forwards going. Okay, so we've got some top 9 forwards being picked in this round. So let's go with one of the guys. I think we should pick the medium elite Dimitrov. He's a 5th/6th round pick, but why not? Let's go for it. Low top 9 forward. Pretty much in line with the rest of the draft at the moment. Some medium top 9 forwards going here. I think this is the other 4th round pick we have, isn't it? Zadorov. Have we actually picked any defensemen? We could probably... defensive defenseman, yeah. He's a medium top 6 defenseman, 61 overall. That's a decent pick. That's a decent pick, I think. Right, so we have the 18th pick in round 5, which is the 146th overall. Another winger. Let's just check our potential, guys. High top 6 forward. We've looked at him 7 times. He plays for Spokane. We've got a couple of exact stats on him. Yeah, go for it. Why not? And he is a low top 9 forward. Nice, 55 overall. Oh, and then a low elite gets picked next to us. God damn it, Pittsburgh. Why you do this? Wow, that's just the way it goes, isn't it? There's some interest for Jonas. He's a grinder, 20 years old. I don't really want to draft a 20-year-old. Gagliardi. Yeah, we'll go for Gagliardi instead. I just wanted to make sure I drafted some defensemen. Low top 9 forward. Sure, I'll take it. Bottom 6 and a top 6 defenseman going after that. Okay. It's not too shabby. High top 9 forward, Oduya. Sure. He's a low bottom 6 forward. Okay, I'll take it. So the 6th round has arrived. We're now into the AHL territory. So fair dues. Unknown. Well, that doesn't help me at all. Top 6 forward. Okay, well, we'll draft you. You're 20 years old. Medium bottom 6 forward. Okay, well done, Jonas. I decided to... look past you, and you helped me out with a decent pick there. I don't think we've got... If we can keep this the same, we won't have any players that have a potential of just playing in the AHL. And a Fissette, let's go for it. Okay, AHL top 6 forward. So 1 out of the 8 or 9 players we picked ended up having a potential of AHL. So our draft class for the 2019 NHL entry draft: Ramsey, Vorobiev, Dmitriev, Mendoza, Horton, Gagliardi, Oduya, Jonas, and Fissette. There you go. That is our draft class. So let's go to the re-sign phase. We need to look at the players that we want to keep and the players we want to give away or let walk in free agency. So Korpisalo, Sam Reinhart, of course, we traded for him at the deadline. We need to get him a contract. He's going to probably be our best right winger. So we have, in terms of salary cap space, we have $24 million in salary cap space. That's quite a lot if you ask me. So let's go position by position. So centres. Little has a contract till next year. Valtteri Filppula, you're getting another contract, bud. You want 2.695. We'll divide that by 100 and times it by 85, because usually they go for that much money. 2.3 million. Yep, I'm happy to give you 2.3 million if you will be willing to stick around for another couple of years. Filppula, you were a solid player for us. Martinson, maybe. Christiani, definitely. He deserves another contract. Kopp, yeah, you can have another contract. Oh, no, I'll qualify you as an RFA, actually. Zingle, not really that interested. Soderland, no. We're 63 at 21, I can sign him next time. 59 at 20, he's meant to be... His potential's a bottom 6 forward, McGregor. But now I'm not really that interested. Kreisky's got a contract. Olason has got a contract. Zingle, I'm not interested in re-signing. Martinson, I'll leave you for later. Matt Nieto, I think you deserve another contract. Yep, that's a perfectly fine contract to give you. Ruotsalainen, you are meant to be a medium bottom 6 forward at 21 years old. We drafted you in the 7th round. 68 at 21. Okay, I'm going to give you a contract. Why not? Jonas, you're 63 at 20. We'll leave you there for now. Green's dropped loads. These guys seem to have dropped a little bit. Green and Petterstrom, they seem to have dropped quite massively. Interesting. Dmitriev, Gagliardi. So we've got loads. We basically picked up a plethora of left wingers in the draft. Sam Reinhart, yes, you need a contract. You want $5 million for 3 years. So 5.075 divided by 100 times 85 is about $4.350 million. Okay, I think we can do that. Yeah, for 3 years, that's not too bad. Considering he's 23 years old, he can still grow. Evgeny Dadonov, he would like to re-sign with the team. Can we go 1.750 for 3 years, Dadonov? I'll be happy to have you back for that. Connor Brown, what do you want? Let's go 1.30 for 2 years for you, Connor Brown, please. Thomas Yurko, he wants a 2-way contract so he can stay. No, that's not what I was doing. Smith Pelly, you want a 1-way contract. I'm going to let you walk, Smith Pelly, actually. Sorry, dude, but I think that's the right thing to do. Or I might take a look at you later. Defenseman, Jonas Brodin at an 88. That is fantastic. Adam McQuaid wants a new contract. Nikita Nestorov, Xavier Wallet, Dumoulin, Slater Kokoek. I basically want to give all these guys contracts because that will shore up our AHL defense anyway. So McQuaid, how much do you want? $2 million. Okay, that's not too bad actually. So if we divide that by 100 times by 85, about 1.7 mil. If we can get him for 1.7 mil for 2 years, that'll be pretty decent. Nestorov, you want $2.5 million. I'll qualify you as an RFA. Don't get too excited, mate. Xavier Wallet, you want $3 million. Qualify you as an RFA. Brian Dumoulin, 78 at 27. I could probably find a better defenseman. Slater Kokoek, yeah, $1 million for 1 year. I'll be happy to have you on the team if you want that. Rob O'Gara, yep, I can give him that contract. I think that's fair. And Olofsson, 74 at 24. Yep, I will happily give you that contract. Then goaltenders. Jonas Korpisalo, you are definitely getting a contract, sir. Definitely. $2.925 million. That's not too bad. Divide that by 100 and times that by 85. It's about 2.5 mil. I can do you for 2.5 mil, Mr. Korpisalo. I think that's fair. Anna Van Pottelberg. He wants a 2-way contract. Yes. Okay, so I think we'll advance a day and see who re-signs with us, see who doesn't. I think we've got enough salary cap space to sign all of those people. 24 million. Seems like it would be enough. You would hope that it's enough. However, I don't know. So let's find out. So let's advance a day and see what's going on. So, McQuaid rejected the offer, as did Reinhardt, for God's sake. Yurko rejected. Nieto. Is everybody going to reject my contract offers? Tierney accepted, as did Brown, Olofsson, O'Gara, Kokoek, Ruotsalainen, Van Pottelbergs. Okay, so basically all of the guys on the NHL rosters didn't want to re-sign with us. Brilliant. Okay, so how much money we got? $23 million in salary cap space. We basically shaved off $1 million. So Sam Reinhart, you're getting another contract. We'll go 4.750 for 3 years. I think that's fair. Stop whinging. Right, let's go like so. So we get all the contracts out like this, then we can look at all of them specifically. Reinhardt, we're sending you an offer. Jacek, no. Ryan Zingle, no. Thomas Yurko, 1 year, 2-way contract there, yeah. It says you want an extension, so I've offered you one. McGregor, Nieto, I'd like to offer you another contract. We'll go 1 million for 1 year. Martinson, yeah, you'll help the AHL team. I want you on a 2-way contract. If you don't want a 2-way contract, then I'm not interested. Dumoulin, I'll leave you off for now. Adam McQuaid, it was 1.7. We'll go 1.750 for you then, Mr. McQuaid. Dadonov, how much did you want? We'll go 1.750. No, I think I already offered him that. 1.80 then for 3 years. Filppula, definitely I want you back. 2.50, I think that's fair. And that's it. Okay. So let's see if everybody signs back with these slightly updated contracts. You can just imagine all the players and all the agents walking in like, Odd Man Rush, that was not enough money. Give me more. And I'm like, but salary cap. But finding better players. Right, let's have a look. So, McQuaid rejected. Reinhardt, don't be a spoilt little kid. You haven't proven yourself in the NHL yet, son. Yurko rejected. Nieto rejected. Martinson rejected. Oh my word, all of these guys rejecting except Evgeny Dadonov. So Dadonov's back in the lineup, that's good. Welcome back, Evgeny Dadonov. So we've got $23 million still of salary cap space. Oh, my word. Right. What do you want? 5 mil. I'll do you 4.9 mil. No, actually, I'll do you exactly 5 mil then. If you want to be that awkward about it, there you go. So we'll do that. Then we need to look at who else wants a contract. Let's keep going. Just go all the way through the list. Zingle. Thomas Yurko. I'll give you 1 mil. Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you a one-way contract. Oh, I'm not offering you 15 million. 1 million for 1 year. If you don't want it, I'll just sign Smith Pelly instead. Matt Nieto, I do kind of want you back. So let's go 1.1 mil. I mean, I'm going way above your asking price. Adam McQuaid, yeah, alright. Nah, we'll go 1.9 mil. See if that's alright. Martinson, you're not interested, so I don't care. Okay, 2.7 for 2 years. Filppula, that's fair. Just wanted to see if I could shave some off the salary cap, but considering we went out in the first round last year, some of them might not be interested in taking a pay cut, which is fair. Like, I'm just trying to work my side of the bargain, they're working there. So McQuaid is back, good. Reinhardt's here, good. Yurko's here, good. Nieto's here, good. And Filppula's here, good. So all I had to do was give them the money that they wanted. Who knew? Who would have thought? So now we have $15 million in salary cap space. So let's take a look at this team. So, centres, we have Little, Filppula, Spooner and Anderson as our top 4. A first-line centre would be tremendous, although I doubt we'll find one. If we do, we will trade away Brian Little in a heartbeat. Left wingers, Domi, Ritchie, both of them are 84 overall, so that's good. If we could pick up one slightly higher, that would be awesome, but I don't think that's a huge necessity at the moment. Nieto and Russell can be the bottom 6 guys. Right wingers, Reinhardt, Burakovsky, Dadonov, Browns, and Yurko. Yeah, if we could get a first line right winger, that would be awesome, but I mean it's not a huge necessity, I don't think. And then so Brodin, Shattenkirk, Ekholm, Vatanen, McQuaid, Nestorov. So I'm not really liking this defensive core that much. I like Brodin up at 88. That's fantastic. We need another high 80 rated defenseman that shoots to the right to go with Brodin, I think. If we could get that, then that would be tremendous. Because then we could have Ekholm and Shattenkirk on the second pair, Vatanen and McQuaid on the third pair, and that would sort things out perfectly. Then we'd have an 83 on the bottom pair. I love making a solid defense. And then, oh, Corpusalo didn't re-sign with us, did he? Oh, I don't want to miss out on him. We'll give him his asking price. I think that's fair. And then if we have Mason and Corpusalo as our 2 goaltenders. So it's mainly just trying to find mid to high rated forwards and defensemen. We just need that flow of talent to come into the lineup. We've got the depth guys. We've got the role players. We now just need some solid players. Good, Corpusalo's back. So I think we can sim to the free agency now. Yeah, there's not anybody that I'm really upset that we haven't signed. Smith Pelly, I mean, it's the way it goes sometimes. Some people are upset that Martinson didn't re-sign with the team, but we can find another depth guy. So, give me all the mid to high 80 players. Oh my word, this is one that we need to get involved in. Oh my lord, what is going on here? Erik Karlsson. Need to sign Erik Karlsson. We did this with the London Lions, but we need him. Brodin and Karlsson on a first defensive pair would be tremendous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer him $9 million. Got to put out a solid offer there. $9 million for 5 years. That's fine. I will accept that. So that means we only have about $4 million of salary cap. Pasternak would be tremendous. However, we don't have the salary cap for him. Max Pacioretty, on the other hand, we could really do with. Or Artemi Panarin, we could stick him on. Oh, Matt Duchene on the first centre. Although I would rather go for a Pacioretty. So if we've gone 13.850, take away 9, it's only about $4.5 million. Now the option we've got here is we could trade away Brian Little, and the reason I'm saying this, I know we only picked him up just last season, but just take a look at our salary cap, or the salaries going to each players. Max Domi's the second highest guy, but he's been clutch for us. Brian Little, he's 83 at 31 years old. If we get an extra $5 million there, we could sign a guy like Pacioretty. Oh, shout out. We could sign a guy like Pacioretty, that means we'd have Pacioretty, Domi, Ritchie as our top 3 guys, and Pacioretty could play on the other wing. And centres, we've still got Spooner, Filppula, Anderson, and Tierney. Yeah, so it'd be 82, 82, 78, 78. So our centre core would be awful, but it's not going to be that much worse, you know? So let's find a team that wants Brian Little. The Boston Bruins want him. I think this is the right move to make. I honestly do, and I'm happy to just take draft picks for all. Skaters matching the block. Goddard, no, nothing special, nope. I'm happy to take a second round pick. I don't think we have a second pick in this draft, do we? No, we don't. We don't have a second pick in this draft. We could actually steal a first as well, maybe. So a first and a second, or we might be able to do a first and a third. Okay, so Brian Little and our 3rd round pick of this year's draft for a first and a second round pick from the Chicago Blackhawks. Will that go through? No, okay. So let's keep the 1st round pick there, because I think we can get something with that. And we'll chuck in the 3rd. So Brian Little for a first and a third. Will that go through? No, it won't. Okay, can we just do Brian Little for a 1st round pick? Will that go through? Okay, good. So, right, thank you very much, Brian Little, for everything you did last season, unfortunately. Now, this could be a big risk here, because we might not actually sign Max Pacioretty, but now we have the salary cap to be able to do it. So that's the most important thing. So now we've got 17.775, and take away the 9 million we've paid for him. Yeah, we have plenty of money. I mean, he's 30 years old, he wants a 5-year contract. We could go for Panarin, who's a left winger, and he's a different shot. He's in the prime of his career, but he probably won't grow much more. You know, actually, we'll go for Panarin. We'll offer him 6.750. So then if we take away 6.750 off that, we still have about $2 million of salary cap space. Johan Larsson, no. Anybody down here that would be interested? Yuri Tolusti, it's just sort of low 80s players. So let's find some guys with some solid things. Medium or low elite. Yeah, I'll give him a contract. Why not? Low tops at 56 at 19. Yeah, we'll give you a contract as well. So a couple of depth guys as well. I think that works out quite nicely for us. So if we sign Carlson and we sign Panarin, which is basically what we did last time. Oh, hello. Filppula McQuaid. No, thank you, St. Louis. I'm not giving you any more stuff. You've won back-to-back Stanley Cups. But if we pull off both of these signings, Howard has accepted our offer, as has the other guy. They're not the ones that I was looking at, game. Come on, give me Carlson, give me Panarin, and we are a contender. Panarin is rejected. Erik Karlsson, welcome to the Quebec Nordiques, Erik Karlsson. Oh, that's tremendous. Hopefully Pacioretty is still available in this. Okay, he's not. Ooh, that's caused us a bit of a problem. Because we got rid of Little. Jeff Skinner is still up for offer. He's only 85. Pasternak would be the one we go for. However, we did just trade recently for a... We got that 1st round pick from Chicago. So we'd probably have to give up a 1st and a 3rd, but we'd still have a 1st round pick. So if we offered him $8 million for 3 years... you do not have the appropriate draft picks. Oh, okay. You can visit the compensation screen to see what salary ranges may still be available to you. Okay, let's go to the compensation screen. I just want to check. Okay, because we might have to do a bit of work. Offer sheet compensation, because we were offering a huge amount. It would have been this year's first 3 rounds of picks and next year's oh my word. So if we offer him like 5 million, we'll have to give up this year's 1st and 3rd. So 5.5927. We might not be able to get him for that much. He might not want to sign for that much. But if he doesn't want to stay in Boston, then that might be what we have to do. So 5.927 is the highest we can go, I think. So 5.925. So we'll have to give up this year's 1st and 3rd round draft pick. So we'll give it a go. If he doesn't want to sign with us, that's his prerogative. I'm still quite happy that I traded away Brian Little, though. I think that was a smart move. He was a good placeholder for a year. No, I'm not giving you anything, St. Louis. You do not need any more help. Right, let's see. If we could get Pasternak on a cheap deal as well, that would be tremendous. Come on, let's go. Right, he rejected the offer. Has he signed with Boston then? Has he actually signed with Boston this time? So I could have given him a 1-year deal. No, he hasn't. He hasn't actually signed yet. Jordan Eberle is a guy to go for as well, 5.3 mil. We have almost $10 million of salary cap space here. Jordan Eberle, I mean, he could fit on the first line, but he's not really that much better than Reinhardt. Pasternak is the one we want to go for. So he wants 7.6 mil. Okay, so So I'm going to offer you a 1-year deal at 5.925. If he doesn't want it, that's fair enough. So I'd have to give up those draft picks. I mean, I'm willing to give up some draft picks because we've got some decent guys in the system already. I feel like we've got a decent prospect pool. We've got loads of, like, medium or low elite players. No, I'm not giving you Filppula. Filppula has been a solid player for us. He was our highest point scorer last year. He's staying on the team, without a doubt. Come on, Pasternak. Sign on this cheaper deal for a year. You know you want to. Damn it! God's sake. Right, Matthias Ekholm, no. Oh, so we got Erik Karlsson, so we might be able to trade... do we want to trade away any more of our defense? Erik Karlsson joining the team is absolutely solid, though. Our defensive core, our first pair, 93 and 88. That's perfect. So 93 and 88, let's go overall. Let's rank... Oh, no, that's morale. Let's rank it on overall. So 93, 88, 84, 83, 83, 80. So that is our defensive group. Then we have a couple of 79s. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Our defensive core's solid. I think we're going to have one of the best defensive cores in the league. Centres, we're still not hard done by. Left wingers, we've got 2 84s. Right wingers, we've got an 84, an 83, and an 80, so it's not a huge loss. Yeah, actually, like, in terms of this team, we're pretty much good to go, I think. Like, we've got a solid enough team. We've got solid enough players at each position. I don't want to sign a guy for the sake of signing a guy. If Pasternak is still available at the start of the season, I might give him another offer. There isn't really anybody that I'm like, yes, I need to sign this guy. There's some top 4 defensemen, which I don't need. Third scoring wingers. There's Carl Hagelin, Geordie Ben, Jonas Donskoy, Colin Wilson. I don't really need these guys. That's the thing. Brian Dumoulin, I don't really need him anymore. Jordan Eberle is the only guy that I can think of, but we've got an 84, an 83, and an 80 in our top 9. And we've got a second line forward anyway. The only guy I'd want is David Pasternak. I might be able to trade for his rights. I'm not sure if that works. We can give it a go. But I doubt I'll be able to get anything going here. So if we go to Boston. So he is on the trade block. Yeah, he's definitely on the trade block. If we could do that, then we could sign him to a contract. And we potentially wouldn't have to give up a huge amount of picks. But the problem is we don't really have that much to give away. I mean, we've got one of these medium elite guys. Nikitin might actually play, so I don't really want to give him up. So, well, I could give up some draft picks in exchange for him. If I gave up the Nordiques draft pick, and if I gave up some players that they're interested in. Who are they interested in? Karlsson, well, no. Brodin, no. Shattenkirk, no. None of the defensive core. Burakovsky, you're staying. All of these guys are staying, but then it just goes into that. So it's one of these, like, rookie guys. But they're not, even then, they're not really interested in him. No, I don't think it's going to work out. I don't think we're going to be able to pick up David Pasternak. Which then makes me beg the question. Let's take a look at what other teams have a first-line right winger on their team. Because that's the kind of thing that we're missing at the moment. So Pasternak is the only one at the moment that I can see. Vorobyev. Bozak, no. Nope. Henrik Zetterberg, but I doubt he's what he used to be. Silverberg, no. Nope. Andrew Cogliano, no. Vlasic, I mean, that's a decent pickup, but he's probably dropping now. There isn't really... Yeah, well, I mean, not many of these teams are going to want to give up a first-line player. That's the problem. Let's take a look at Vegas. Who have they got on their team? They've got... well, they signed Panarin. I would have liked Panarin. Thanks, game. You know, I don't think there's any point. I don't think there's any point trying to overpay for a player. We might be able to get one near the trade deadline, but then again, we'd be overpaying for them massively there. Just trying to think, like, who have we actually got in the system that could grow? Sam Reinhart could grow to a first-line right winger. He could grow to an 85 or an 86 before this season. So that might actually work out for us. I'm just trying to think. Then we'd probably need a third line, or we need some fourth line guys. That's what I think we need. Fourth liners, like just fourth line guys to help plug everything up. Are there any fourth? Well, there are plenty of fourth liners out here. Well, Andrew Kopp, he's still available, but I've qualified him as an RFA. 75 at 29, 77 at 25 for Colton Sissons, 75 at 24. He's a high bottom six forward. We'll offer him a contract. We'll do $1 million for a year. We'll do $1 million for Colton. Oh, okay, 1.5 for 2 years for Colton Sissons. Yeah, we'll get those two guys instead. We'll see if Pasternak is still available at the start of the season. If he's signed with Boston or something, then I might hold off. Nope, I don't want to make any trades like that. Our defensive core is going to be so stacked, though. I think Filppula, depending on where our team is at the end of the season, Filppula could get a nice return on him. Because he's getting some decent offers at the moment. Oh, one thing I did want to do, though, I wanted to sort out club seating. Because I always forget to do the club seating. So let's do that now. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's upgrade the club seating. We can't upgrade it. We don't have enough money. Oh, damn it. Of course. It's always the way it goes, isn't it, folks? Right, so I think we signed everybody we want to sign. So let's go to the start of the season and see what happens. We brought in Erik Karlsson. Like, you can't be upset with something like that. Our defensive core has massively improved within a day. Like, that's brilliant. Just to see our defensive core go from our best player being an 88, now we have an 88 and a 93. Like, that's just brilliant. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's really good. Oh, New Jersey wants Sami Vatanen for a couple of draft picks. I'm alright, thanks. I'm quite liking this team that we've got set up here. So, the sort of going rate for Filppula at the moment seems to be a second round pick. Which is good. I mean, at the trade deadline, that could be taken up to a first pick, if we're lucky. So it's the boss. Xavier Wallet. Well, I've qualified them all as RFAs. I'll deal with them at the start of the season, boss. So let's see what's going on. Come on, give me something good. So I can't wait to see some of these guys hopefully grow. Elias Anderson up at least an 80 overall. That would be brilliant. Then he definitely has a place on our roster. And we won't be missing much by trading away Brian Little. That was a bit of a knee-jerk move, but I think it worked for us, considering some of the guys we've got growing. It might come back to haunt us, but we got a first-round pick for him, so I think that's a solid return, considering Chicago might not be a very good team this year. We earned 88% of his expected profit. Well, you're welcome. Some extra additional funds. Oh, that's what I always like to see, folks. Gotta love some additional funds here, ladies and gents. Any funds that are additional. View owner goals. So we are a contender. Good. So they want us to earn at least 90% of his profit. Sell 85% of the available suites. Average certain happiness. Yep. Okay, perfect. Well, I'll give it a go. See what happens. So, edit lines. Let's go to roster moves straight away. Oh, I see a couple of guys up at 85. Good. Right, so let's take a look at this. So, position by position. Centres. We have Filppula, Spooner, Elias Anderson up at an 80 overall. Beautiful. And Chris Tierney. Do we have anybody in the system? Not at the moment. Left wingers. We have Richie up at 85. Domi at 84. Nieto 79. Roussel 78 with Arl at 76. 22 years old. We picked him up previously. Right wingers. We have Reinhardt up at an 85. Perfect. Burakovsky 83. Oh, and he's a first line winger as well. So that worked out for us. Dadonov and Brown. Then we have nobody special down there. Okay. Defenseman, we have Karlsson. Brodin stayed at the 88, so I'm really happy about that. Shattenkirk, Ekholm, Vatanen, and McQuaid with Slater Kokoek as the 7th. And Rob O'Gara, Nikitin, Olofsson, Adamek, Orbe. Yep, that's perfect. Come on, Korpisalo. Korpisalo, he jumped 4 overall points this off-season. He's 86 overall. 2 86 rated goaltenders. Verolainen's up at a 75 as well, so if he kept going, he might actually be able to make the big leagues. Wow, this is going alright for us actually, folks. Like, this team's actually pretty decent. So if we go best lines, we've got Richie, who's a second line forward still, with Spooner, who's a second line forward, and Reinhardt as a first. Domi with Filppula and Burakovsky. Then we've got Nieto with Tierney and Dadonov. Roussel with Anderson and Connor Brown. Perfect. Defense, we've got Brodin with Karlsson. We've got Ekholm with Shattenkirk. And we want McQuaid on here, I would think. He's 79 overall, but it'll be an 80 if he plays. He's a right-handed shot, though. That's the problem. And then goaltenders. Of course, we've got to have Korpisalo in net. Perfect. I'm actually really happy with this team. The one thing I didn't check was we had Petterstrom and Green in the system. Where are they at? I didn't actually see them. Petterstrom's a 58 and Green is a 62. Okay, so those guys have still got a ways to go in order to be on the team, but hopefully they'll grow big enough and we'll get it sorted out. So I'm really happy with that. That's perfect. So now we need to set the captains. If we have Max Domi as an alternate, definitely. Brodin as an alternate, definitely. Who was our captain? I cannot for the life of me remember who our captain was. Actually, Max Domi, I think, should be the captain. He's come up clutch for us. So if we remove we unassign the captain from you. Sorry, Shattenkirk, it's the way it goes. We'll unassign the ultimate on Domi. I think Max Domi should be the captain. I think he should. He served us well. And Tierney, Filppula. I'll give Filppula the alternate, actually. Yeah, I think he deserves it for his last season. I've got a lot of hype around Valtteri Filppula. If he doesn't suit it, then we'll have to take it off him. But so if we have the captain as Max Domi, Valtteri Filppula, and Jonas Brodin as the alternate captains. Yes, I like that. Sorry, Shattenkirk, that had to be taken away from you. But it's the way it goes. So let's go to the start of the season, which is against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And we can... Oh, Copper's accepted the restricted free agency that we gave him. Good. It's not too bad. Scouting... Oh, the scouting assignments begin already, ladies and gents. So 90 players in the queue. We'll scout there for a month then. Why not? Why not? Allocate budget. Yes, please. Take it all off advertising. Arena operations, make sure they have like 3.5 mil. Promotions can get a bit. We'll get it to just under 1.2, and then advertising can have the rest. There you go. Auto-assigned promotion nights, I'm really not that interested, if I'm honest. So yeah, let's see how we do in the preseason. We're doing well in the preseason. We'll take a look at Pasternak still. See if he's actually been signed by the Bruins. McQuaid gets injured, but he'll be back for the regular season. We've got to be salary cap compliant by the 10th, which we are. 4-3-0 to start the preseason. Not the best, not the worst. What can you do? Fan happiness is 90, so that's good. Now, let's just quickly check free agents. If Pasternak isn't there, then fair play. Free agents. If he's still there, then, well, he's not there. Okay, fair enough. So, I assume a team came and signed him, or Boston managed to re-sign him. So fair play to them. Right, let's hold a team meeting before the start of the season. And I think we'll be ready to go. So the real season's here, boys and girls. Everybody loves it except Shattenkirk and Kokoek. So, we start our season against the Columbus Blue Jackets in next episode. So, after a first-round exit last year, a bit of a disappointing go. Unfortunately, you guys couldn't see it. It was a 7-game series against the Edmonton Oilers. The St. Louis Blues won the Cup for the second straight year. So we had back-to-back Cups for the Penguins, back-to-back Cups for the Blues. This year, it's the Quebec Nordiques' turn. We've got ourselves a franchise defenseman in Erik Karlsson. We've got ourselves Sam Reinhart now, who's bolstered up our team, getting him as a restricted free agent at the end of last year. In a decent trade, I would say. He's gone to 85 overall. And several of our players have grown more than I would have expected them to. So this year, guys, I'm expecting at least a conference final. I think we could make it to the Stanley Cup finals with the team that we have. Our defensive core and our goaltending is tremendous. But I guess time will tell. So yes, I'm going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye!